Nighttime is the right time for Atlas Cup play. From USA Lacrosse headquarters, time to bring the curtain down on day one, and the action starts now. It's a beautiful evening with a score to settle from Tierney Field in Sparks, Maryland. Our final function today puts Team USA on the spot against the Haudenosaunee in women's bracket play. A very pleasant welcome to you. Alongside Courtney Martinez-Connor, a five-time national champion at Maryland, I'm Joe Beninati. Haudenosaunee against the United States. Whenever these two get together, what do you find most intriguing?
You know, both of these teams match up very well with one another. The speed, the tenaciousness, and the last time they met up was Palette Championships back in June, and it was a tight game throughout most of it.
Let us give you an idea as to how this Atlas Cup will be won this weekend. This is the first of 3 days, men's and women's bracket play, round-robin style. And Courtney will have a champion by Sunday.
You know what's most important here? Round robin play, no championship. Every single game matters. So head-to-head, after then they're going to take a look at the goals against and then the goal differential, which factors in goals scored as well as the ones scored on you.
The Friday schedule featured 4 games. 3 of them have already been decided. We've seen an awful lot of goals.
An awful lot of goals, a lot of offensive prowess, but you can't forget about the defense. It's stingy defenses that going to show up, as well as goalkeepers who are standing on their head is super key.
We're about to get to the opening draw. In sixes, you only have draws to start the game, start the quarters, as the United States squares off with Haudenosaunee in Friday night play. Chris Knobloch, Jessica Lawrence, Jen Whalen, and Javier Mazda are the officials for this one. Team USA wearing the all-white, as the men did just a few moments ago. Team USA, Andy Shea's squad in sixes, victorious over Team Puerto Rico. First possession scramble, ball down. They work for it in front of Taylor Marino, and it is Allie Kennedy who will come up running for the United States. Marie McCool distributes for Kenzie Kent. Great playmaker, great feeder. Wonderful touch around the cage. Charlotte North from the bad angle. Had that one rejected by Paige Crandall in the goal for Haudenosaunee. The Haudenosaunee squad in the black uniforms. We thank them for wearing purple numbers with those. Just the announcer's little forked tongue. A feed to the interior, behind the back flick, score. Beautiful shot there on the run by Lois Garlow. United States sending Ellie Macera off to work. Izzy Skane fidgets in there. Kick it back behind the cage. On the inside roll, Humphrey, she scores.
Chloe Humphrey, number 1 in white. You just look at her quickness in and around the crease. She took a nice little jab step, quick spin, left the defense almost just standing, wondering where she went. And then offensively, we've seen 2 lost possessions for the Haudenosaunee national team so far. They just need to be a little bit more patient and get the ball stick to stick, because it's been unforced turnovers at this point.
18 white for the United States is Anna Brandt. She's subbing in for an injured Cassidy Weeks. Macera, dynamic attacker around the cage. Skane was checked there from the blind side. Going to be a card here against Lois Garlow.
You know, I actually liked that check, Granite, coming from a defensive player, but she waited until Team USA caught the ball, Izzy Skane inside, and then went for the check. But the referees are calling over the body, over the shoulder, so that's why she's going to be sitting on the sideline for 30 seconds, a power play from Team USA.
United States a player up. Come on, Court, we know there's no fouls in your rule book. Macera
defense does nothing
sings
wrong.
it for Humphrey. She hesitates and rings that one off the headgear of the netminder Crandall. Izzy Skane fires, and that one pings off the crossbar into the crowd.
with these shot clock resets, anytime the goalie makes a save or it's hit off of the post, that's going to be an immediate reset. And this is a lost possession for Team USA after a couple attempts. Good looks on the cage. They're almost trying to be too perfect with their shot selection.
Garlow and Humphrey exchanging markers in the first couple of minutes of the game. There are 8-minute quarters in Atlas Cup play. It's running time. The action at the offensive end, hot and heavy, fast and furious, as sprinting from the cage, racing out there is Taylor Marino. She said in another life she'd be a Formula One driver. Well, she's got pedal to the metal here to start the break for the Stars and Stripes. Kenzie Kent inside, weaving her way between defenders, sidestepping Kimora Schindler. North on the flip, back for Kent, a pair of former Boston College Eagles. Kenzie Kent, a multi-sport athlete in Chestnut Hill. On the jump shot, that's Charlotte North's patented delivery.
Patented Charlotte North, that nice little jump shot, giving herself a little bit more torque as she gets that shot on cage.
So much power in these shots coming from oh so close to the crease in the sixes format. Pass down low, shovel shot there, sent wide by Tamia Bomberry.
So this is going to be the first yellow card that we have seen in the Atlas Cup. Earlier today, we had Team Canada on the field versus Puerto Rico. A lot of green cards. A yellow meaning it's a minute that Sam Apuzzo, number 2 in white, is going to have to sit on the sideline. No card is releasable whether a score happens or not. So this is going to be a power play for a lot of time, but they have 30 seconds only to get a shot clock off.
Massera was looking to go the other way. A loose ball push will give Haudenosaunee the ball back. Player up with Tamia Bomberry up top. A skip on through. Cockrell with a rip. She zips it upstairs. Sierra Cockrell.
Excellent vision for the Haudenosaunees. Jordan Coulan all the way to Sierra Cockrell.
Coulan, who played at UConn. Say that 6 times fast. Just over 3 minutes left in the opening frame, deadlocked at 2 apiece. United States in possession. The Pitbull, Allie Kennedy on the run, and once again had that shut down. Paige Crandall, who played collegiately at Lemoyne, Division II Dolphins, stacking things up between the pipes. Marie McCool, one of the captains, feeds to the interior. Brandt fires, and stepping out on the angle, Crandall eats that one up.
Anytime that you know a player is going to shoot, goalkeepers who come out high, you want to take an extra second as an attacker before firing that ball. Oftentimes they're doing that to take away the angle.
Allison Trice lost the handle. Massera comes weaving back for the United States. Loops it off to Izzy Skane. Skane, a competitive gymnast in her younger day. Anna Brandt working from the top. Bouncer kicked out, rebound loose at the goal circle, and it's claimed by Crandall, who's been a difference maker in the first 6 minutes. Back come the Haudenosaunee. A weak drive that was answered easily by Marino. That one out of the cross of Paisley Cook.
I like the dodge. Her hands were free, but it was just the shot just seemed to have not a lot of pace behind it. And you have to put power and precision in order to get that ball by Taylor Marino.
Sam Apuzzo with a rare mistake. She airmailed Kenzie Kent with that pass. Ball goes back to the Haudenosaunee. Haudenosaunee scored first in this one. A back and forth affair. Got a whistle here and a card coming up.
So Ali Mastriani headed to the sideline for a 30-second hold. Another opportunity for the Haudenosaunee Nationals to get a quality look at cage. Again, 4 defensive players. They can't stand in front of the goal. There's a walling call in the game of 6s. So you need to be fairly close to a player, not just standing, impeding a possible shot opportunity.
Coulon there on the wing. Took her eyes off of it. Massera stepping out quickly. Player up for Haudenosaunee. The pass for Tamia Bombery is too tall. It goes back to the United States with just over a minute left in a first quarter that's deadlocked at 2. Marie McCool, 10 years now with the national team program, enjoying things in the sixes discipline. Here's Allie Kennedy, waiting for Kenzie Kent to come off the sideline. Kenzie streaking in there. Coulon bumped her off her line. Anna Brandt spins back. That whistler went wide. United States needs to fine-tune its shooting a bit.
You know, Anna Brandt, the only new player on Team USA who just won gold medal at the World Games in Chengdu, China. Anna Brandt, again, replacing Cassidy Weeks. As the newbie, she's not afraid to shoot. And I kind of appreciate that. You like somebody being confident coming in, joining a team of veterans.
This is Allie Kennedy, who so often starts transition from defense to offense with her blinding speed. Skane from the bad angle. Right there at the post was Crandall, the goaltender for Haudenosaunee. Outstanding in the first 8 minutes, keeping it to a 2-2 tie after 1.
And at the end of the 1, we're tied at 2.
Excellent back and forth, Team USA versus Haudenosaunee. 2-2 tie here in the first quarter.
Back and forth between these two of the top teams in the world squaring off at Atlas Cup on the USA Lacrosse YouTube channel. We'll get you back in just a few moments. Joe Beninati along with Courtney Martinez-Connor, our field reporter. Katie Facciola, the Foss, is the boss on the field. We've learned that time after time, and she'll prove that to us before too long. On this Friday night, the last of 4 games, as we begin the Atlas Cup on USA Lacrosse YouTube channel. Just a reminder, don't miss your opportunity to win cash prizes. Details are in the live chat. Courtney, after 8 minutes, the Haudenosaunee hanging in there nicely.
They're hanging in there, but this is going to be a tough start to begin the second quarter. They are 2 players. Two players down.
Bean Minard and Paisley Cook have a seat in the box, so player up for the United States 5-on-3. Charlotte North and friends licking their chops. Kenzie Kent for Sam Apuzzo. Kent closing in, sent it too high. Just a bit off the mark from the very outset. We've seen the United States needing to set its sights a little sharper.
And this is the great part of sixes, that every 30 seconds, or sometimes more frequently than 30 seconds, you're guaranteed to get the ball back. So it's almost equal play throughout the game, barring you have to take care of that ball.
Great effort by Lois Garlow playing keep away, and then Cockrell hit the crossbar. That would have been a fabulous shorthanded goal for Team Haudenosaunee.
A 3v5 almost. Sierra Cockrell, she was a bright spot for the Haudenosaunees. Played her collegiate career at Syracuse over the span of 5 years, and she was a bright spot for the team in black at the Pala Championships in Florida.
Last time I checked, Sierra was in the coaching business, right? An assistant at UMBC in the past.
She was at UMBC this past year. There's so many players for Team USA as well. When you're a coach.
North walks in alone here. Charlotte North scores.
You tend to just see things a little bit differently on the field. Always makes you a better player when you're on the sidelines and still playing on the field.
With some get up and go, Allison Trice circles the net guarded by Taylor Marino. Marino, a two-time champion on this field with Athletes Unlimited Pro Play in past summers. Ball down, late in the shot clock. It'll be the United States in possession. Marino kickstarts the break.
So what I don't love about Allison Trice, basically just giving the ball right back to Taylor Marino, is she could start the transition right off the bat. Instead, you want to toss that ball into the corner, make Team USA have to run to gain access to the ball.
Brandt beautifully slicing between defenders. She scores. United States doubling up Haudenosaunee. Anna Brandt, 2 times the Ivy League Midfielder of the Year, collegiately at UPenn. Minard. Bean taking it for a little ride against Izzy Skane. To the interior, not much room for Tallis Tarbell as the whistles blare out and another card appears.
This is going to be on Izzy Skane. They're calling a push, so a 30-second foul. A card against Team USA. This is going to be a player-up opportunity. We just almost saw a 3v5 Haudenosaunee goal, but it went off the pipe for Sierra Cockrell. This time a 5v4.
Tamia Bomberry bringing it in, 14 in the black for Haudenosaunee. Tarbell on this flank with Coulon. Feet inside, wide open, good save there, Marino. As she flashed out to make that denial, a lengthy feed on the button for Allie Kennedy, who was tiptoeing around the crease violation against the United States.
You saw the hesitation. Taylor Marino, Allie Kennedy, they have such a good connection on the field, and they went for it. You know, lacrosse, you want to take some risks on the field, and that's a good risk to take potentially.
Wonderful takeaway check there made by Mastriani. She's going to move in on a breakaway. Mastriani shoved from behind. On her way down, she missed the top corner. Team USA looking for a call. Card is out as Mastriani was fouled on her way to the rack.
Now, initially we saw a green card come out. It was elevated to a yellow.
Had to be a cross-check.
Right. So initially it was just a push, but then they called a cross-check to the back, which is a good correction on the field. So this is going to be a minute penalty. In the game of sixes, if you acquire 3 yellow cards for any one player, then you are out for the remaining of the game. So important to take note. Kenzie
Kent choosing Sam Apuzzo. Apuzzo looks in the direction of Charlotte North, jammed her a bit with that pass, ball down, and the officials say give it to Haudenosaunee. Just a bit more than 4 minutes with which to work in the opening half. 8-minute running time quarters. Games go by quickly. The scores add up just as fast. On the run now, Lois Garlow, who showed off a terrific stick-handling cross move a few moments ago while her squad was shorthanded. Didn't convert. Chloe Luther on the ball, bounce shot fought off by Marino. Big rebound, bounced free. North will play it along for Marie McCool, not able to get it in her cross as the Haudenosaunee will settle. Bringing it back ahead, Jordan Coulon lost the handle. Ball comes free. McCool, who can run for days, will bring it ahead for the United States. Macera looking to her bench as we get the timeout called with just a bit more than 3 minutes to play in the opening half. From a pace standpoint, does it favor either squad?
You know, it favors Team USA. They're so fit, and we see from quarter to quarter, they just never seem to slow down.
Top to bottom, we're looking at the roster for the Stars and Stripes. Plenty of All-Americans, plenty of Tewaaraton Award winners, folks who are used to bringing home gold medals.
You know, in Team USA having 2 goalkeepers, as you see the goalkeepers highlighted, number 22, Paige Crandall for the Haudenosaunee, that gives them 1 extra field player. So some teams electing to take a second keeper just in case something happens. And on the flip side, if you only have 1, then you have more legs to run on the field.
Tim Bomberry, Jason Johnson, Elizabeth Bevel coaching the Haudenosaunee side. Haudenosaunee gets Canada tomorrow. The United States will square off with Puerto Rico. Team Canada besting Puerto Rico earlier today in women's play. The United States squad, head coaches Lindsay Monday and Michelle Tumalo. Tumalo, the assistant on the bench to Lindsay, as they preside over the team in white. Macera swings back. So effective was Ellie during her days at Stony Brook. On the run, Skane converts.
It's so hard to stop Izzy Skane when she gets a head of steam behind her. Watch out. People call it the Skane train for a reason. She's so powerful.
Right back at you, though. Haudenosaunee respond. Cockrell gets her second of the match.
You know, they're 2 very similar players.
Fine stop there by Crandall as she stone cold robbed Chloe Humphrey. That's not easy to do. Humphrey scored 90 times as a freshman with the North Carolina Tar Heels.
You know, she's had quite a year. Coming back her freshman year, she had to redshirt. She was out with an injury at UNC. Her sophomore year, a redshirt freshman, she won a national championship and a Tewarton Award. And then she goes with Team USA to the World Games, and that's the Sixes discipline, and won a gold medal there. So she's continuing to rise and just so young with a bunch of veteran players.
United States through the weave. Humphrey sent it high. I asked Marie McCool about Chloe Humphrey. She said, you know, if you wouldn't know, you couldn't tell if she was right-handed or left-handed naturally. She's so good off both wings.
You know, I had the opportunity to call a couple UNC games, and after practice, you would think, okay, it's already hard enough to tell what hand she is. She was out there doing more wall ball. And that's a key to becoming the best that you can possibly be.
This is going to be a breakaway for Kennedy, walking in on Crandall. Snaps and scores. Team USA up to a 6-3 lead, thanks to the goal from Allie Kennedy. Back comes Coulon. Humphrey draped over top of her. Tail end of the opening half, less than 100 seconds in this first half of play. Charlotte North sends it along. McCool looking for the trailer. It is Humphrey who bounces one to the roof. Largest lead of the game for the United States, now at 4.
And we've seen a flurry of goals in like the last minute and a half, and that's how quickly things can change in sixes. Again, 30 seconds to get a shot off, but you don't just want to shoot to shoot. You want to be patient with the ball, but still do it in a hurried format. And we just haven't seen that many shots for the Haudenosaunee team over these last few minutes. Minard
well defended there by Macera. Shot clock violation against the Haudenosaunee gives Marie McCool and the United States the ball back. Lindsay Monday said, you know, as coaches, we want to give quick, specific feedback. What's been the key to this run for the United States?
Yeah, they're moving the ball so well. And then it's that change of level. We just saw the drop of the stick from Ellie Macera as she put goal number 8 on the board for Team USA. Now they're locked in. They're seeing the cage well. Previously, they were kind of just tossing it, helping Paige Crandall, the goalkeeper for Haudenosaunee.
Crandall made a lot of stops. The United States was off target on a few of their early drives, but since then, they have been cashing in routinely. Another midfield turnover, though, sending Haudenosaunee back, streaking here towards the cage. It's bounced over top of Taylor Marino. Ball goes to the United States as this opening half winds to its conclusion with the Stars and Stripes on the lead by 5.
A big second quarter for Team USA. It was tied at the start, and then it's been all Team USA running away with things. 6 goals for them here in the second quarter, and that's what you want to see as a coach. You want to see adjustments by your team on the field.
United States up to an 8 count. These 8-minute quarters go by quickly. We're halfway home in the final game of 4 this Friday night in Sparks, Maryland. We'll get you back for more of the 2025 Atlas Cup on the USA Lacrosse YouTube channel.
Every player knows the skills you learn on the field can be the foundation for anything you choose to do in life.
Thank you for connecting me to a greater community.
We're growing beyond goals on the field.
And our futures are united.
So thank you, Lacrosse,
For inspiring me to be me.
We are better,
Safer.
And wiser together.
And we're building a stronger future
For everyone.
Plenty of action coming to a halt here as the United States entertains Team Haudenosaunee in 2025 Atlas Cup play on Tierney Field in Sparks, Maryland. Joe Beninati and Courtney Martinez-Connor chatting about the opening 16 minutes. For the United States, we saw them improve as the game went along. But you as a defender, I'm hoping that you can take a peek at highlights and let us know how difficult it is to defend in Six's play.
That first shot for the Haudenosaunee behind the back, you just take what you're given on the offensive side, and defense is sitting on the strong side of these players, which is very smart. But anytime you're given space, as we just saw Sierra Cockrell for the Haudenosaunee Nationals, you want to take it. And right now it's been all Team USA in that second quarter. You want to push through, dodge with speed, but move the ball. The more you move the ball, the better opportunities you're going to have to catch the defense on their heels. And we just see a lot of physical play on the field. Prime example, this was the first yellow card that we saw. And Ali Mastriani took that foul, but I think Team USA really used that, harnessed it, and then started to shoot well.
Courtney, things happen so quickly in Sixes. How do you protect your stick well enough against defensive checks?
You know, you want to protect your stick with your body. Ideally, shoulder stick. It's farther away from where that defensive player is at, but you shouldn't be holding on to the ball for too long. It's just 30 seconds to get a shot off.
The highlights were heating up for the United States in the second quarter. The numbers are in. Here's how the stats break down after 2.
Biggest thing that you notice, 23 shots for Team USA to just Haudenosaunee 8. That's a big difference. Both teams are sharing the ball well. Haudenosaunee's a little bit more. So you know that they're looking to feed the ball in order to score, but turnovers are plaguing them.
Big time. That's Courtney Martinez-Connor. Katie Facciola is our sideline reporter, and the Foss wants to deal with the United States' slow start tonight.
If you're looking at the scoreboard right now, 8-3 is a pretty good-looking score, but at the first quarter, there was insanely low scoring, a lot of missed opportunities for Team USA. We had a 5v3 situation. It took a lot for Team USA to come back from that. And also, if we're looking at the game, we have over 7 cards, so it's been quite chippy out here. And I don't know, I think the rust is shaking off and the game's going to get really intense and really good. But let's see what Joe thinks up at the booth.
Keep your head down out there. We don't want to see you get clipped in any sort of way. That would be bad for the Foss.
Foss the boss?
Foss the boss.
Toss the Foss?
Toss the Foss. Oh my goodness. It's become a Seuss rhyme all of a sudden. 2025 Atlas Cup on the USA Lacrosse YouTube channel. Don't miss your chance to win cash prizes. Details will be in the live chat as Team USA chats about the start of the third quarter. These players in the white for the United States, so familiar with one another. That's got to make things a little bit easier when you're in a short tournament like this for Lindsay Monday and Michelle Tumalo, the coaches.
You know, they've just played together as well. If you look at them in August, they were together for a training camp before heading into World Games. So they have not just experience behind them in terms of number of years that many players have been on Team USA, but that connection that they are able to have on the field. They were just together a month ago. That's another big advantage for them throughout this tournament.
United States gets Puerto Rico tomorrow. Puerto Rico fell to Canada earlier today, as the Haudenosaunee will play Team Canada tomorrow. Erica Evans had 3 goals. Maddie Baxter had 4 for the Canadians in their win over Puerto Rico in the first game of the Atlas Cup. Haudenosaunee Cockrell lets this one fly. Shea Dolce has come off the bench for Lindsay Monday and Michelle Tumalo, subbing in for Taylor Marino. Marino was sharp in the opening half. Allie Kennedy will breeze back along with Charlotte North. Marie McCool gets into the alley, ducks underneath. That shot rattles around and out. It belongs to Kenzie Kent off the reload. Apuzzo yanked that one wide, backed up well. McCool was in good shape. She'll flip for Kennedy. Slams a foot into the turf. McCool finds the open player. Work it inside. Nice pass. One more from Charlotte North. Turned out to a dunk for Kenzie Kent.
And you saw number 14 in white with a little nice backhanded shot. Anything to put the ball into the back of the net. Utilizing almost like in hockey, the backside of your stick. She's just so comfortable with the stick in her hand. Often looks like just an extension of her body.
Kenzie Kent beautifully parked in front, and Charlotte North made it work for the United States, now tripling the Haudenosaunee. This is a shot clock violation against Team Haudenosaunee. Off and running, back comes the United States with Ellie Macera. Mastriani looking none the worse for wear. We were told she's been dealing with some injury concerns. Such a player that can dominate at both ends. Anna Brandt takes his hand off. That's rejected, rattles around the goal and on out. Humphrey feeds. Jitterbugging in, Brandt returns it to Humphrey at the line, she scores. The United States at 10.
And that was unlucky for Paige Crandall in goal. She stopped it initially, and then it just seemed like it rolled in after hitting her foot. Nevertheless, goal number 10 for Team USA. Haudenosaunee, I need to see just some more offensive prowess. Making moves through defensive players, great, but you got to finish with the shot.
Tarbell didn't get that one on the net. Mastriani comes back with Izzy Skane. Skane peeking inside, open player there on the way down. Humphrey was denied, that there's a card coming out.
And this is the second yellow card that we've seen. This is going to be a minute penalty against Allison Trice. Cross-check, that puts you in the box for a minute. This is non-releasable, so even if Team USA scores, she's going to have to sit for the entire minute.
Trice, who played at Syracuse, a 5th year at the University of Pittsburgh. Kenzie Kent looking for Charlotte North over the top with a rocket. The United States running and hiding now from Haudenosaunee. In the blink of an eye, it's 11-3. Bean Minard played at SUNY Brockport. There, the Haudenosaunee get one back. It's been a steady dose of Sierra Cockrell.
Sierra has 3 of the 4 goals for Haudenosaunee. She's such a powerful player. But in the game of sixes, you can't stay on the field as often as what you would see in the outdoor game.
Apuzzo finds Kennedy. Kennedy has no troubles delivering. It's 12-4. Cockrell was great against the United States in June at the Pan Am Games. This one pounded down, loose in front of Shea Dolce. As the United States comes up with the scoop, it's Humphrey on for McCool. Racing away from Tarbell, who was just set free from the sideline. Brandt fires and scores. She folds that one over to make it 13-4. Time ticking, we're halfway through the third. Timeout was taken by Team Haudenosaunee.
A smart timeout. Haudenosaunee, they were under a lot of pressure getting the ball over that halfway point, but you can't go backwards. So the referee saw that, a lot of pressure. Where's she gonna go? Call a timeout. Let's talk things through. Give our players enough rest and talk about the game plan on that offensive side. How do we keep getting in the ball into either Sierra Cockrell's stick or put it into their quarterback, Jordan Coulan, who I think has done a good job of having some vision on the field.
Courtney, when we look at the huddles, we see a lot of players who have playing and coaching experience. If you're a coach like Sam Apuzzo is these days, I asked her, do you like being coached by others? And she said that she loved it. I wonder, as you mature and as you become a coach in your own right, what do you feel like getting instructions from others?
You know, I think you're just more open to things because you understand what it's like to give to others. You look at the coaches on this list: Sam Apuzzo, Marie McCool, Kenzie Kent, Allie Kennedy. That's a lot of Ellie Macera. A lot of players know what it's like to have to receive the information and give it. So you just understand the message behind it. It's to make you better.
Apuzzo said, as a player, I don't know everything, although there'll be a lot of people who might beg to differ with her. But she likes the input from the sideline, especially from Lindsay Monday and Michelle Tumalo, who rule over this sixes format. Shea Dolce, speaking of great Boston College Eagles, making the stop there for the United States. Led the ACC in the nation in save percentage. Mastriani, with 15 seconds to shoot, picking up McCool on the run. She scores.
We saw defensively, they were trying to get on the bottom hand of Marie McCool before she took that shot, but she was still able to get around the defensive player.
Green card coming out. Another player up situation ahead. Allie Kennedy will have a seat for the United States. Haudenosaunee has had a number of player up opportunities. What would you like to see them do to find the back of the net?
I would just like to see them take care of the ball. The last couple of times they weren't able to score simply because just the passes were a little bit off the mark. So they have the right idea, just being a little bit sharper with that vision.
I would get it to Cockrell. She seems to have the hot stick right now. Slicing through there, that look came on through for Paisley Cook. It turns out to be United States ball. A 13-4 advantage at the moment for Team USA. It's fun to watch Ellie Macera bring the ball ahead. Played with a real chip on her shoulder in China. She's embracing the defensive part of the game. We know that she can do magical things at this end. Off the hit, she'll look for Kenzie Kent. Two-player game. Macera fires and Crandall continues to stand tall in goal for Haudenosaunee. This pass on target for Chloe Luther, who plays at Jacksonville University. Ball down. Good strip there defensively. Mastriani was in the good spot, but there's a hold spotted and another card.
You know, I like the aggressiveness to cage for the Haudenosaunee, but it's just too hard to beat Team USA in a 1v1 situation. I think if they're able to move that ball quickly and find the open player, they're going to find success. Although Sierra Cockrell has managed to match the speed of Team USA and her dodging ability.
Just a bit more than 2 minutes left in this third quarter. The officials awarding the possession to the United States. Mystery call for me. Kennedy puts on a burst of speed. Allie drags it below goal line extended, marked by Chloe Luther. Izzy Skane, who began her career at Northwestern as a low defender. One of the finest offensive players in the sport's history. Brandt's bid was blocked by Crandall once again. Charlotte North getting into the offensive Fun now for Team USA. Izzy Skane there, bluffs a little flip, goes to the goal and gets swatted aside. Paige Crandall, a 4-year starter at Lemoyne, Division II player, playing extremely well, keeping this game close, relatively close, and with a 9-goal deficit. It could easily be double that. Apuzzo showing her wares defensively, right on the hands of her attacker. Jogging in here, Mia Mitchell. Mitchell didn't do much with that one. Dolce on the button, the send out for Apuzzo. Sam goes to the cage and bounces one wide as McCool was upset in front of the goal circle. Time continues to tick. Just over 40 seconds left in quarter 3. Team USA gets Puerto Rico tomorrow. The Haudenosaunee will square off with Canada. In Atlas Cup play tomorrow, the big game on the men's side. Team USA and Team Canada will play here at Tierney Field. Skane gliding in. Humphrey behind the back. She scores.
U.S. goal number 1, Chloe Humphrey. On this 27.
So crafty with her stick. Again, she is the youngest player on the field, youngest player for Team USA. But she just plays with such composure as somebody who has 3 more years at the collegiate level. That's a lot of development.
You can see why she was the blue chip performer for a Tar Heels squad that won a national championship. As we have concluded 3 quarters, Team USA has built up its lead to double figures. Chance for us to step away, get you back for the final frame of this Friday night fun. The 2025 Atlas Cup continues. We'll return right after these words.
They could see themselves play and then we can correct it and then bring those corrections to the field. That's every coach's dream.
Team USA throttling up its offense in the women's bracket of the 2025 Atlas Cup on the USA Lacrosse YouTube channel. Joe Beninati, Courtney Martinez-Connor, Katie Facciola. Just another reminder, don't miss your opportunity to win cash prizes, and the details to win that cash are found in the live chat. We're soon to start quarter number 4, Courtney. And as time has gone by, the Team USA has fine-tuned its offensive approach.
Team USA, they've been firing on all cylinders, not giving much space when they're on defense. They are all over the Haudenosaunee Nationals. And then offensively, we just see them attacking one after the other. Even at the draw, this is something down at Pala. Sierra Cockerell made it a 50-50 battle. Obviously, that was a different discipline.
Cockerell with great speed. She picks the corner on Shea Dolce. Cockerell has 4 now by my count.
You would be correct. 4 of the 5 goals at this point. Again, she's matching the speed that Team USA is outputting.
Apuzzo with room. Knocked aside again by Crandall. Marvelous in goal has Paige Crandall been. Haudenosaunee in the dark jerseys. Garlow waiting for help. Coulon flashing towards the cage. Kenzie Kent stayed with her. Minard has room in the alley. Doesn't shoot that one. Feeds to the inside, deflected down. Follow-up chance, chested away. As that was Garlow, forced aside by Shea Dolce, who's come on in the second half. Taylor Marino was solid in the opening 16 minutes. Bring this one for Paisley Cook. Played in the World Cup back in 2022 for Haudenosaunee. Inside roll, down low, and to the splits. Dolce made the kick save.
This is a third opportunity for the Haudenosaunee. I like the fact that they've shot the ball, got possession back, and done it again. So this is a lot of patience that we're seeing for them.
Look to the inside. That drive from Mia Mitchell didn't catch the cage, and the ball goes to the United States. Nearly a 2-minute possession there for Haudenosaunee.
And we see a lot of changing for Team USA, a lot of subbing after that defensive stop. 3 times they made a defensive stop. That's a really tiring as you're moving, shifting, rotating.
Anna Brandt carving in, she sent it wide. Skane seems to do it with power. Brandt with speed, a great first step, slicing through defenders.
That's right, she almost slithers through them.
So much fun to watch, except if you're a defensive coordinator. Let's play this one on the outside, looking for Talis Tarbell. The officials giving the ball back to the United States. Almost 3 minutes deep now in the fourth. Humphrey has it. Marie McCool is an assistant coach at North Carolina. She says she sees Humphrey every day, and still she's in awe of her moves. Had a beautiful behind-the-back goal in the third quarter as the United States misfires there. Tamia Bomberry. Haudenosaunee, a bad passing connection there. Gives the ball back to the United States, and the United States doesn't need any freebie possessions like that.
They don't. The last 2 possessions, that one an errant pass, that's an unforced turnover. The time before then, they were called for a foul on picking.
Behind the back, beautifully placed by Anna Brandt. Brandt makes it 15-5. Haudenosaunee going through their offensive paces. Getting the ball in the cross of Allison Trice. She took her eyes off of it. Kenzie Kent using the sideline as a defender. The field much smaller in 6s as the ball goes back to Team USA. Halfway through the fourth, thereabouts, as we get the whistle and a timeout call.
And a timeout called, you like as the fourth quarter is continuing on. Team USA electing to give their players a break. Not that they're doing anything wrong at this point, but you don't carry a timeout into the end of the game. So you might as well use it, give your players rest, talk with them about finishing the game strong. I think they've really stepped up their defensive side of things. The fact that 2 goals were scored in the first quarter and they've only allowed 1 in the second and third, and then 1 in the fourth so far. So they're doing their job.
Courtney, this is a round robin tournament. There's no place and space for mistakes, no bumps along the road if you're Team USA in its collision course that's anticipated with Team Canada on Sunday. And the United States taking care of business with a comfortable lead and just 4 minutes remaining. Keeping the focus, Captain Marie McCool, number 4 in the white, will certainly help. She and her gang were deadlocked with Haudenosaunee 2-2 after an opening quarter. Katie Facciola, our sideline reporter, mentioned how many misfires there were for the United States early, but they've been pinpoint since. Kent takes the flip from North. Kenzie operating with a Puzo. North rounding out that trio of Boston College Eagles. Another jumper hits the back of the twine.
US goal 8, Charlotte North.
What's most impressive for watching Charlotte North on that last goal was she took a jump in the air, yes, but she changed where she was shooting. She brought her stick high and then brought the ball down low. That's very hard to track because it's not staying on the same plane.
You're always teaching changing levels, right?
Yep.
Allie Kennedy on the pass down for Mastriani. She'll keep it hot for Skane. Massera playing a 2-player game with Kennedy off the pick. ran out of real estate there. Good defense coming from Haudenosaunee. Another look for McCool. She flicks that one wide just as the shot clock was expiring. We've leaked below 3 minutes left in this one. There's a green card coming up for a push, apparently against the Cockrell of Team Haudenosaunee. Sierra's been all over the score sheet for her side. The vital cog in the offense. 4 of the 5 goals for the ladies in black belong to Cockrell. United States has been in a hurry to get to the net all night. They can slow things down now. Shot clock's just 30 seconds in sixes. Massera on the exchange to McCool. Skane cross crease. She crossed up Massera there. Shot clock's at 7. Mastriani with a worm burner to score.
Even though a goal was scored by Team USA, the penalty is still not released for Haudenosaunee. You have to serve the entire time. Now things are all even, 5v5 in front of the goal, plus the goalkeepers.
Chloe Luther's pass didn't connect there with Kimora Schindler. The United States in the all-white uniforms, 2 minutes away from victory lane here at Tierney Field. USA Lacrosse headquarters in the backdrop. Joe Beninati, Courtney Martinez-Connor, Katie Facciola, shouting out thanks to all the men and women in our crew. A busy and long day of Atlas Cup play. The final of 4 games. We'll play 4 more tomorrow. Inside, great catch. Randall, though, swats that one aside from Kenzie Kent.
Great handle by Kent. Better save by Paige Crandall. That may be the little boost that the Haudenosaunee need to finish out strong.
Regardless of the fact that Crandall's given up 17 goals, she gets a gold star in my book for her performance today. She's been awesome. The United States could easily have 30. Yeah, I said 30 on the board. 70 seconds to go. Last-ditch efforts here. Shot clock violation against Haudenosaunee. Down the stretch we go. The United States will tangle with Puerto Rico tomorrow. Haudenosaunee gets Canada. USA-Canada in that Sunday showdown. I am envious of you, Courtney. You'll be seeing that one up close and personal here at Tierney Field. Brandt to the outside. Switch it on up. Nice look. Better save. Crandall with another one on Mastriani. She has foiled so many shooters from in close. As time ticks away, whistle comes, a card comes out with just about a half a minute left.
This is going to be a 30-second hold, so a shot clock reset will occur. Haudenosaunee should have the last possible look, and that's a smart foul. So Sam Apuzzo is going to take a seat for almost the remainder of the game here.
Waning stages of this one. Tamia Bomberry with a shot coming there from Tarbell. Dolce had the answer. Mastriani, so good in transition with a speedy Kennedy on the fly, looking for another one, fought off by Crandall. As we're down to 10 ticks remaining, United States can hold the ball. Marie McCool will do just that as this one goes in the books. Mastriani on her way to the cage. McCool won't take it as this is a 17-5 final in favor of the Stars and Stripes.
And with that final horn, it's the US 17.
Team USA proving why they are so dominant with the sixes, their speed, athleticism, the skill. Haudenosaunee battled hard within that first quarter, especially due to the likes of Sierra Cockrell, who did everything she could. This is just game 1 in the Atlas Cup for Team USA and the Haudenosaunee.
Well-deserved refreshments for the ladies in white. Shea Dolce came off the bench and played well in relief of Taylor Marino. The United States getting good defense and good goaltending play. You know they're going to have so many offensive weapons. We talked with Lindsay Monday about that, and she said the importance is sharing the ball. So how unselfish were the team tonight as we look at the highlights from this game?
You know, it's all about being a good teammate. You have that one more, which we saw a couple of times throughout the game. Charlotte giving that one more pass. First goal went to the Haudenosaunees, and then Chloe Humphrey matching things right back to 1-1. Team USA, Charlotte North. She's kind of the belle of the ball. And Sierra Cockrell, number 43 for the Haudenosaunee. She was such a bright spot for them, as was Paige Crandall in goal.
We've seen Cockrell perform well on this field. You and I have in the past with Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. And Cockrell was the person who was often on the receiving end of good passes tonight when she was able to convert, but just too much power and strength. Mastriani here was denied by a cross-check, and she worked one-on-one there with Paige Crandall. Crandall, I can't say it enough, the netminder for Haudenosaunee. I don't know what the final save total was. I wouldn't be surprised if it's better than 15.
Oh, absolutely.
And so many of them were great.
We saw at the very tail end of the game, she denied a couple times in tight. Anytime you can take away a 1v1 save that they should be scoring a goal, you know you're doing something right. So goalkeepers see a lot of shots on goal. Yes, Team USA with 17, but she has to be near 50%. Super impressive. And Team USA battled as well as they could with moving the ball, but for Haudenosaunee, it was all about Sierra Cockrell. 4 of their 5 goals. Marie McCool, captain for Team USA. She was MVP at the World Games. And newbie Anna Brandt was very impressive.
Anna gets her name called with Cassidy Weeks ailing, and she fit in perfectly. Izzy Skane, just one of many Americans denied by Crandall off and on. That was Humphrey's best from behind the back. So unique in her scoring efforts. Cockrell and Haudenosaunee falling in this one, the opener of Atlas Cup play for Team USA in the women's bracket. So they answer and stay in lockstep with Team Canada. Canada took down Team Puerto Rico in the opener. As we share the numbers, and the numbers are befitting of a squad that prevailed 17-5.
The biggest difference is that you see 45 shots. That's almost double of what Haudenosaunee took. Saves, obviously you see the Haudenosaunees were in the lead in that category, but turnovers, just 3 for Team USA. That's a very clean game with just 3 turnovers. 21 for the Haudenosaunees. That is a lot of turnovers. That's something that they can clean up, though. They weren't necessarily always caused. They were thrown away, errant passes, so that's something that's easily fixable. It's just a matter of playing with a little bit more poise and composure.
Team USA downing the Haudenosaunee. We'll see the Haudenosaunee men leading off the day on Saturday. They'll face Team Puerto Rico. That's in advance of the heavyweight battle between the United States and Canada. Our Capelli player of the game for the United States is Chloe Humphrey. She's standing by with a Foss.
Thanks, Joe. All right, Chloe, congratulations. Player of the game. So there was a lot of cards this game. How do you stay composed in that kind of environment?
It definitely, you just have to kind of like settle in, get into the groove of the game, not let the physicality affect like your mental or physical state. And we kind of just we're like, all right, it's going to be a physical game. Like, we just got to be prepared for it and just play our game and not let them get in our heads.
Perfect. And you're a really crafty player. You had some really sweet moments out there. Do you practice those, or is that just instinct?
Totally. And for all of the young girls out there, I mean, it's the practice in the backyard that makes all of that come true, or happen on the field. Like, I don't even have to think twice about it just because of the stick work and the hard work that you put in behind the scenes.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Back to you, Joe.
Ladies, we appreciate it. Nice job by Chloe. And the United States picks up a win in the nightcap of a 4-game performance this Friday in Atlas Cup play. Courtney, you and I began it watching Team Canada roll. Sean Williams' squad, very impressive in a 22-8 beat down over Puerto Rico.
And that was a game that started close as well in the first quarter. And I think once you get settled in, especially teams like USA and Canada, then they're able just to continue the ball rolling. Puerto Rico, up-and-coming country. Haudenosaunee, we see a lot of new and veteran players out there, and sometimes you just need to have time to connect. Again, Team USA and Canada, they were at the World Games, so they have already had a lot of practice together.
United States men picking up a victory over Puerto Rico. Matt Brandow and Jack Hanna had 4 apiece. So we set the table for Saturday. It all gets started 4 p.m. Eastern on the USA Lacrosse YouTube channel. We'll start with the men's bracket as the Haudenosaunee square off with Puerto Rico, all leading up to the big one by nightfall, 8:30. Once more, drum roll please, Canada and the United States.
Anytime those two teams battle, you know it's going to be a tight one. And USA versus Canada, no different from the men to the women.
That'll do it from Tierney Field here in Sparks, Maryland. The end of day 1, the Atlas Cup on USA Lacrosse YouTube channel. For Courtney Martinez-Connor and Katie Facciola, all the men and women in our crew, Joe Beninati, we appreciate your time. We'll see you back here for a 4 o'clock Saturday tilt. Another 4 spot of games in the Atlas Cup. Have a great evening, everyone.